Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Everybody, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. I affectionately greet all of you to this session of the Heart of the Holy Name. I also need to apologize to those of you who were on time. Here we were struggling with some technical issues and could not bring the sound in the computer. But it seems to work now, and we can go ahead with this particular session of the Heart of the Holy Name. Now, I must admit to you that I'm extremely enthusiastic about the content of this episode, because I hope, or let me say, I feel strongly that somehow this morning in my own chanting and then later in studying and preparing for this session, I found something that might be a key for all of you, a key that opens the door to a more enthusiastic practice. Let me start with something which I hear very often on the retreats. Participants come to me in confidence after there's a pause, and they say, Maharaj, we have been trying to chant since a long time. However, it seems so very hard to make this practice an enlivened practice. To tell you quite honestly, we are struggling with taste. We know, we have heard so much of the philosophy. We have faith even that Krishna is there in the Holy Name, but we can't feel Him, we can't experience Him. And as a result, our mind drifts away, roams around aimlessly in this world while we chant, and we only experience the fruits of mechanistic chanting. So to change that is the concern of the great acharyas and the concern of our spiritual tradition. It wants to help us to really experience Krishna's appearance in the core of our heart while we chant. So that whilst saying the mantra, we feel the direct presence of the Lord. Now to get there is something which I would like to address, the way that brings us there. And I do sincerely hope that it will help you. So I require your entire presence. It might be that I enter some new areas that you have not yet heard about. And it would be good if you hear this, maybe listen to this again. Because what we are talking is only meant to bring all of us on the path of enlivened chanting. In other words, we want not so much theory, we want a practical experience. Good. So, in Harinam Chintamani, we find Haridas Thakur addressing the problem of chanting the holy name without a taste, without a connection. He says, Namakshara Bahiraya Bhate Kabu Nama Kabu Naya. One may vibrate the sound of the holy name, but it may not actually be the holy names. What? No, I can chant Hare Krishna, but I may not actually chant Hare Krishna. Let's continue. The holy names and the Supreme Lord are non-different. But those who do not experience a relationship between the servant and the object of service cannot feel this. And to speak it a little bit more in more simpler terms, you may chant the holy name, but as long as you lack knowledge about the relationship which you have to Krishna, you may only, the word is here, akshara, have the letters of the holy name, but not the actual holy name inside. It's almost like you may have the medicinal capsula, but not the medicine. It's an empty capsula. And when you swallow it, there's absolutely no benefit for you. It's like I have these beautiful kurkum, it purifies the blood. It's in a transparent vegan capsula. Imagine I would have a capsula without the substance of kurkum. Then it would not be a kurkum blood purifier. That's the English word. It would be just empty. So you can chant Hare Krishna, but inside it's empty, and that brings frustration. That brings disappointment with it. And ultimately, one will either give up the practice or compromise his practice severely, because he is left with an empty outer shell, and has no effect on the heart, no purification of the heart, no bhakti in the heart, no transcendental ecstasy that makes the hair stand on end, or however you want to express the effect of chanting the real name. During Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's time, he had a very dear servant. His name was Mukunda Das. He was a kirtan singer. You won't believe it. When he sang, thousands of people gathered the news, Mukunda is here, Mukunda is here. They all came from all directions because they knew when Mukunda was singing the holy name, it was the real name. Krishna was present, and everyone felt it and looked for this experience. So once, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu discussed with Mukunda about the chanting of the real holy name. And he said, as a blind person cannot see anything, even with the help of a lamp or a mirror, persons who do not think about their relationship with the Lord cannot see Him, even if He stands before them. What this really means is they can be with the chanting, but although Krishna is right there in His holy name, they just don't see Him, because what they really lack is bhakti, that feeling of devotion for the Lord, and therefore the Lord doesn't reveal Himself. And a few examples are given. There was one washerman who was there at the time of Krishna's appearance. He was living in Mathura, and Krishna and Balaram were just coming down the streets of Mathura, and they stood in front of the washerman. Now the washerman had performed austerities for many lifetimes in order to see God. And he had the great fortune that he achieved the darshan of Krishna. In other words, you could say his austerity was fruitful. Yes, he was in the direct presence of the Lord. But he did not obtain any happiness because he was devoid of bhakti. I do not show any compassion to those who are devoid of bhakti. Therefore, they are bereft of the happiness derived from my darshan. And Lord Chaitanya gave various examples. He said, Duryodhana was interacting with Krishna, but he even saw the universal form of Krishna, but he could not feel any happiness in his heart. There were others, I've written them down. The kings who had come to Rukmini's marriage ceremony, because one of them, Shishupal, was going to marry this tremendously beautiful goddess of fortune, Rukmini. Then Krishna came, and right before their eyes, he took Rukmini, invited her to come on his chariot, and drove off with her. They couldn't feel any happiness, although Krishna had just done something foul. Imagine at a marriage ceremony, the bride is coming out to meet the bridegroom, and another person comes and sweeps her away. Now, in mundane life, this should be problematic. It's described in, let me remember, yes, in Dostoevsky's book, The Idiot. There is such a scene. The bride comes out of the church, everyone waits for the bridegroom to come and pose for a happy photo. At that moment, another comes and just takes her away, and she willingly goes. So in material life, this is a problem. But when Krishna does such a wonderful, stunning activity, you should feel bliss. But because they had no bhakti, they felt hatred. Or others, Mahaprabhu goes through a whole list of personalities who either saw Krishna directly or his avatars, like Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu, but they just didn't feel anything because they had no bhakti. The same thing happens when you chant the holy name, which is the Nam Avatar, the direct appearance of Krishna in the form of his holy name, and there is no bhakti in your heart. At that time, there is no happiness in the chanting. Usually we drop things after some times. For some time we may be able to chant out of a sense of duty. I was initiated in this process. I should keep my vows, but after some time when we can't maintain the sense of duty. What is the solution? How could we make advancement in bhakti? First of all, I want to say, bhakti is not something that lies in the human psychology. Real, vibrating, ecstatic bhakti is always something spiritual, a manifestation of what is called the Hladini Shakti, the one energy of the Lord. So when you chant, you have to ask for it. You have to chant in a prayerful way. And how to do this so that you are likely to obtain bhakti, I would like to prepare you in this session. First of all, the question is, how do we practice bhakti while we chant the holy name? First of all, you must know that the Mahamantra is a prayer. Why can we say this? Because it is in the vocative form. It means it's an address. Hey Krishna. It's different than other mantras which are often in the dative form. It is a direct address. Now, when you address someone, that someone will respond to you and will ask you, yes, what is it that you want? Imagine you go on the street and you say to someone, hey, Martin, or, hey, Zabina. The person will stop, turn around and say, yes. What is it that you want? So the chanting is, since it is an address form, it also is supposed to reach the addressee, the person who is addressed. And he will ask, Krishna will ask, what do you want? And the immediate answer, that is the heart of the holy name, is, please, could you accept me again? Please engage me in your service. My dear listeners, don't please forget, chanting is not just an impersonal concentration practice. Chanting is not just, let us say, like any normal yoga process, where you are pretty much for yourself. Chanting means you address God, and there is something as a response from Him. And only when that response is there, when you are heard, will you enter into the circle of a divine relationship, where your chanting is really ecstatic. Now the general rule for any prayer, and you can go through the spiritual or the wisdom traditions of this world, is when you pray, you should come from the mind into your heart.
во время молитвы
It's
спуститься
really, you
из ума
leave
в ваше
the
сердце.
concepts, you
То, что
leave
вы
the
должны оставить
ideas
концепции и
behind,
идеи
and you enter
за
a
спиной
total different
и
realm,
войти
the
в
realm of the
полностью
heart.
другой,
By the way, when you pay your obeisances
область вашего
and you
сердца.
bring your
Кстати, когда вы кланяетесь,
head
когда вы опускаете
onto
вашу
the
голову
ground,
на землю,
automatically your heart
автоматически ваше
rises over
сердце
your head. That's the
находится
idea
выше
of
вашей
the
головы.
obeisances.
В этом смысл
Let us enter into the realm
поклонов.
of the spiritual heart.
Желание
Let us
войти
change the dimension.
в область сердца.
Get out of your
Изменить,
mind and into your heart. Yes, yes,
изменить
yes.
пространство из ума в сердце.
Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati
Шрила
Thakur,
Бхактисиддханта Сарасвати Такур,
presenting this point, gave really
объясняя
only
этот момент,
two instructions to
дает
perfect the
только
chanting.
два
He
наставления,
said,
чтобы
first
улучшить
place the
воспевание.
vibration
Он говорит,
of the
сначала
holy name
поместите
into your
вибрации
heart,
Святого Имени в ваше сердце,
means focus on your
означает
heart,
сфокусируйтесь на вашем сердце
and the
во
second
время
is
воспевания. И во-вторых,
bring your mind away from its
отвлеките
aimless roaming,
ваш ум от его
from its roaming in the
бессмысленного
material subject matters, whenever you can catch it.
путешествия в
I think
материальный
I
мир,
have
где бы вы его ни
said
застали.
in previous
Как я сказал раньше,
episodes that
в предыдущих
when
эпизодах,
you catch yourself
когда
being
вы
distracted,
ловите
that's really
себя,
good.
что вы
Most of the
отвлекаетесь, это
time we are
лучше всего.
distracted from the
Чаще всего
transcendental
мы
subject matter. We are distracted
отвлекаемся от
from our
трансцендентных
very
тем.
self, and we are
Мы
leaning out there into the world. But when you
где-то
catch yourself
находимся в
while
мире
chanting, that's
грез.
very good.
Когда вы ловите себя
Congratulations.
во время
Maybe
воспевания, это
offer a
очень хорошо.
garland to you.
Поздравляю
Because
вас,
now
может быть, предложите
you
себе
have
гирлянду,
recognized
потому
my
что
mind is
теперь
wandering.
вы
Now you can
выяснили,
bring
мой
it
ум
back.
отвлекается, надо вернуть его назад.
While you chant,
Итак, два наставления.
bring your
Во
mind
время
into your
воспевания
heart. And
обратите
as
внимание
you
на ваше
see,
сердце.
as you
И
will,
когда вы
that your mind
увидите,
starts
а вы
roaming
увидите,
around,
что ваш ум начинает отвлекаться
Свами
на всякую ерунду.
Свами Хариharananda,
Свами
who's
Харихарананда,
a very, very interesting yogi,
очень
says,
интересный йог,
bring
говорит,
your mind either back to the sound vibration
возвращайте
or
ум либо
bring it
обратно к
to your
звуковой вибрации
Ishtadevata,
или
the
к вашему
personality
Иштадеви,
whose name you are
Иштадеваты,
chanting.
чье
Then
имя
the
вы
chanting can
повторяете.
happen.
Тогда воспевание
I
будет
would like to
продолжаться.
give you an example
Хочу вам
of
привести пример
the great Bhakta
великого
Prahlad Maharaj.
Бхакты Прахлады Махараджа.
Before he started
До того, как он
to
начал
say his very famous stutis or hymns,
говорить свои очень знаменитые
it is
стути или
described
гимны,
what he did.
говорится, что он
I will
делал.
say it in Sanskrit.
Сначала я произнесу это на санскрите.
Astoshit dareme kakra manasa susamahita prema gadgada vacha tanyasta hridayekshana. Prahlad began his prayer
Прахлада начал свою
to Lord Hari
молитву Господу Хари,
with focused mind
сфокусировав ум
and full attention.
и
Ekagra manasa susamahita. Focused mind, ekagra manasa means one-pointed mind,
означает
put on one point,
сосредоточенные на одной
and
точке
susamahita means full
и
attention.
полное
What
внимание.
else did he do?
Что он еще сделал?
He fixed his
Он
heart
зафиксировал
and
свое
sight
сердце
on Lord
внутри
Nrsimhadev.
на Господе
He
Нрисимхадеве.
looked at the Lord
Он смотрел
and
на
he
Господа,
connected with the
и он
Lord into
связался
a
с Господом
heartfelt relationship. And finally,
сердечными
Prema
отношениями.
Gat
И в
Gadayavacha,
конце концов,
he began to pray
он
with
начал
love
молиться
and
с
in a
любовью,
faltering voice. Three
дрожащим
steps:
голосом.
full
3 шага.
attention and concentrated mind,
Полное внимание и концентрированный ум.
heart and sight fixed on the Lord,
Сердце
and
внутри
with love and a
зафиксированное на
faltering voice.
Господе с
Now
любовью
I
и
know the
дрожащим
third
голосом.
practice cannot be done. How can
Третью
you
практику
force yourself to love or bring yourself to
сделать, как
love
можно заставить себя
and
любить
speak with the let us say
и говорить
with a voice which sounds very moved. But what you can do is you can have full intention and a concentrated mind,
вы должны полностью
and you can
хотеть
chant, for instance,
сконцентрировать
before an
ум
altar.
и воспевать,
Or
например, перед алтарем.
what I do when I travel, I'm usually a book lover.
Я люблю
So
обычно книги
what I
читать.
do is I take a book and look at the cover, like I would take this here, and focus my mind and my attention and also my heart on the person whose name I chant. Isn't that the first most logical thing, that if I chant a name, I'm mindful of the person whose name I chant? I think someone who chants without being mindful of Krishna has what is it called? Attention deficit order. It is something which needs to be addressed. You know, if I meet on the street someone and say, "Hey Martin," and I'm going somewhere else, will I expect a reaction of the person when I'm chanting so absent-mindedly? But if I say, "Hey Martin," oops, Martin turns around and says, yes, what? Oh, so nice to see you. Acha, good, I didn't expect you here, but nice that you're here. Let's talk. You know, so in chanting, we need to enter the personal dimension. Remember, a little while ago, I think 3 days ago, I met someone who said to me, my greatest discovery when I came to Bhakti was that the absolute truth is not in it or as something, but in the she. Personalities. I'm sorry, I'm getting so inspired that I'm... So, before we do our practice, I want to tell you how you can enter into a relationship that will bring Krishna to respond to you when you're chanting. The most realistic, the most honest relationship which a person can have when he starts out cold in his chanting, when he's, in other words, not yet moved, not yet in bhakti, is to long for this, to sincerely want it. And Sanatana Goswami in the Brihad Bhagavatamrita gives us a type of example that shows us how we can enter this mood of longing. It comes in the second part of Brihad Bhagavatamrita, in the third chapter, text 167, and I will chant it for you in Sanskrit because it's just so nice and carries a little. Nam nam tu sankitan nam atibaram megang vina pravrishi chatakanam ratro viyogat svapate ratangi vargasya chakro shanavat prati. The singing of the Lord's names comes when one sings in a mood of separation. This chanting is like the crying of the chataka bird on a cloudless day of the rainy season, or the lamenting of a flock of Chakravaki birds when parted from their husbands at night. These are two examples.
разлучена со своим мужем
The
ночью.
first example, which gives us one mood of chanting with a desire for a relationship, the first example is that of a chataka bird. These are little birds. They look small like sparrows. And they somehow, don't ask me how it comes into the biology, do not drink water which is from the ground. So no puddles, no lakes, no water from the ground. They fly into the rain cloud, the monsoon cloud, and drink right in the cloud. And they don't mind that it makes sometimes this heavy thundering sound. No, they are fine. They drink their water and they feel happy. Now imagine, it was a dry season and finally there is a rain cloud on the sky. The little chataka bird who needs water to survive will just be very eager to fly up into the cloud and start to drink. So in the same way, a devotee in this world will understand, I need the Ganasyam. Ganasyam means Krishna who is colored like a monsoon cloud. I need him for my spiritual survival. My heart is so empty when there is no Krishna inside. I feel so distressed. So nothing can give me pleasure on the ground here. I need to fly. This is the first example. So it's a type of example which expresses, you could say, a self-oriented need. Yeah? I don't want to use the word selfish here, but it's oriented towards the self. The second example enters more the realm of love. It's the example of the Chakravaki birds who somehow in the night lose their partners. The husband goes in one direction, and the wife goes in another direction. They try to find themselves for romantic affairs, but there cannot be any romance between them because they never find themselves. There is a reason, there's a genetic reason, but it takes too much time to explain it. They somehow want so much to be together, but they can't be together. There's a deep romantic longing for love, because when they are together, they would give pleasure to each other, they would serve each other in many ways. So that's the second way how a devotee longs for Krishna. He wants to serve him. He wants to be together. These are beautiful examples, but the point here is you need bhakti to relish the holy name, and in order to get bhakti into your heart, you need to chant in a mood full of longing. When you can't do this, then lament that you can't chant with longing. Start somewhere in your relationship with Krishna by longing for him, and he will come and help you. This is very, very important. The God whom we worship is a reciprocal God. In other words, he reciprocates or answers or responds to the mood which you put into your chanting. I think this is such an important point, my dear listeners, that we cannot really stress it enough. Too much of our chanting goes on in isolation. We sit down, we take out our beads, and we start to somehow pronounce the names in the
Произносить
mantra Hare
имена.
Krishna,
Мантра
Krishna
Харе
Krishna,
Кришна,
Hare.
Харе
And we
Рама.
don't feel anything.
Но мы ничего не
It's an
чувствуем.
empty kukuma capsula.
Это
There is
пустая
no
капсула без
purification
куркумы.
happening in the heart.
И
There's
никакого
nothing
очищения не
happening.
происходит
You
в сердце.
only
Ничего
chant the
не
letters
происходит.
of the name.
Вы повторяете только
However, you can
буквы.
chant with a
Однако вы
longing
можете
for the
воспевать с
Lord,
жаждой
as
Господу,
we hear from this beautiful
как мы
verse in the
читали в этом
Brihad
прекрасном
Bhagavatamrita.
стихе
And then the
Бхагаватамрите.
real
И затем
Sankirtan will,
настоящее
the
Санкиртана,
real Kirtan or the real Japa
истинный
will
Киртан,
emerge,
истинная
which is
Джапа
Prema Sankirtan or Prema filled
родится, которые будут называться Према Санкиртана
Japa.
или
I'm a little
наполненная
hesitant
Премой
because these
Джапой.
terms
Я немного
defined in strict philosophical parlance may mean something else.
немного
What I mean
стесняюсь
here, it's
говорить
feeling
это, потому
japa,
что
feeling
слово «према»
kirtan,
это слишком
or if you don't like the word
высокий уровень.
feeling, experience
Но, скажем
japa
так,
and experience
Джапа,
kirtan.
наполненная
It's
чувствами или
something which
наполненная
brings you
опытом,
out of your mind
то, что
and into
выводит вас за
another
пределы
dimension,
ума
the
и
dimension
ведет в
of
другое
devotional
измерение
feelings.
чувств преданности.
Once Krishna, and I will end here,
Я здесь уже заканчиваю.
addressed
Однажды
his
Кришна
dearest devotees.
обратился к своим дорогим преданным
He said,
и сказал:
in general,
обычно,
when you do the practices
Когда вы
of bhakti,
занимаетесь практиками
me,
бхакти мне,
it qualifies any living being for an eternal life. However,
дает
you,
любому
my
живому
dear
существу
gopis, he spoke to the gopis,
вечную
are
жизнь.
different
Однако
than these
вы,
general
мои дорогие гопи,
practitioners. By
отличаетесь
your good
от обычных
fortune,
практикующих.
you have developed a special
вашей
loving
удаче
attitude towards
вы
me, by which
развили
you
особое
have obtained me. Apana. Apana means
отношение ко мне,
to
благодаря чему вы
attain something, to
получили апану.
make it your own.
Апана означает
So this is the
сделать
power of
что-то
bhakti,
собственностью.
which you put into the chanting.
Такая
Krishna
могущественная бхакти
becomes your own. And he
заставляет
declares
Кришну
this in
стать
various
вашей
passages of the
собственностью.
Shastras. He says,
провозглашает в
my dear
различных
Arjuna,
шастрах и
I
говорит:
will tell you
«Мой
now
дорогой
something
Арджуна,
which is
я расскажу
on
тебе
my mind and in
то,
my
что
heart.
сейчас находится в моем уме
This
и
is
в моем
something
сердце.
you please need
Пожалуйста,
to know.
вот это ты должен знать.
I don't find the quote. I mean, I remember the quotation, but I would have loved to read it to you from the original text. If someone chants my
Если
name
кто-то воспевает мое имя
and he shows signs of bhakti,
и показывает при этом
like
знаки бхакти,
dancing or singing,
такие как он танцует или
sometimes
поет,
crying for me,
иногда даже плачет
I truly tell you,
обо мне.
I
Я
become
честно говорю тебе,
purchased. Purchased means
я
apana. I become
становлюсь
obtained by that
собственностью
person,
этого
and I will
человека
be never separate from
и
him.
никогда не буду разлучен с ним.
You may say,
Вы можете
this is a
сказать,
long, long, winding road before I get there.
длинная
But
дорога, прежде
as we
чем
will now do
достичь
an
этого.
exercise,
Но когда мы
I
сейчас
hope
будем
to show
делать
you that it
упражнение,
is not
я надеюсь
so
показать вам,
difficult
что это не
to
так-то и
enter
сложно
at least the
войти, по крайней
first
мере,
20 kilometers of that
пройти,
road,
по
or
крайней
the
мере,
first
первые
stretch
20
in
километров
that
этой
road.
дороги, или первую часть этой дороги.
I was a little bit longer. Usually I'm
Обычно
only
я
half an hour,
обычно я говорю только полчаса, сейчас я проговорил чуть
but
дольше,
I needed to say this.
но мне это было нужно
So
сказать.
let us now make
Так
a
что
meditation
давайте
out of
приступим
this.
к медитации.
I will just turn to my talented harmonium player, Gaur Krishna. So I will give you a sign when we will sing. Yeah, we will first do japa, and then we will sing. So everyone, get ready for your meditation.
Готовы к
Seems
медитации?
okay? Yes. No. We are here ready. We are at the
готовы.
moment in the Dharma castle, and
Сейчас мы в
we
замке.
are totally inspired to go now
Полностью
into this meditation. There are a few
вдохновлены
wonderful people
перейти
with
к
me,
медитации. Рядом со мной
but they are all
прекрасные
behind
люди,
the camera.
но они находятся
Maybe I
за
should ask them
камерой.
in the end to come before,
Может
but
быть,
maybe
я
not.
попрошу их войти в поле зрения камеры, но может и нет.
Let us first start with a
Давайте
little bit,
сначала
it's
начнем
called a Dehadharana.
с дхараны, небольшого расслабления.
Please sit straight,
Пожалуйста, сядьте прямо,
relaxed, but
в расслабленной позе, но
spine should be straight.
спина все же прямая.
When you are ready,
Когда будете готовы,
please close
пожалуйста,
the eyes.
закройте глаза.
Bring your awareness to the feet.
Обратите внимание на стопы.
Maybe you want to wiggle your toes.
Немножко пошевелите пальцами ног.
And move your awareness up to the knees and
Перейдите
then
вниманием к
the
коленям,
hip
а затем к бедрам.
and relax.
И расслабьте ноги.
Bring your awareness to the end of your spine.
На копчик.
Move up.
Идите внимание вверх.
Feel the back
Чувствуйте спину.
and relax.
И расслабьте поясницу.
Bring your awareness to your chest
Теперь внимание
and your
выше.
abdomen.
К груди, к животу.
Relax as well.
Расслабьте их также.
Bring your awareness to both shoulders
Обратите внимание на оба плеча.
and down to your elbows
Затем к коленям, вернее, к
and
локтям.
relax.
Затем расслабьте локти.
You will feel how your shoulders
Вы почувствуете, как ваши плечи
lower themselves. Think
опускаются.
you can relax the shoulders a little bit more.
Мне кажется, вам может
Good.
еще немного расслабить плечи.
And then bring
Молодцы.
your attention to
Затем
your
обратите внимание на ваши
underarms and to your
нижние части
palms.
рук
and
и
relax.
ладони. Расслабьте их также.
Front of your neck with the throat.
Переднюю часть горла и шеи.
Relax.
Расслабьте.
Back of your neck and
Заднюю
back of your
часть
head.
шеи и головы.
Relax.
Расслабьте.
And now move to the
Теперь
front part
идем
of your face.
На переднюю
The
часть
face which
головы.
you show to the world.
Лицо, которое вы показываете миру.
The face with which you might identify.
Лицо, с которым вы
And
отождествляете себя.
relax.
Расслабьте его.
Try to see if you can relax the muscles
Попытайтесь даже
under the
расслабить
skin.
мышцы лица под кожей.
Good.
Молодцы.
Relax the eyeballs
Расслабьте глазные яблоки.
and turn your attention now
И обратите сейчас
to your
внимание
in and outgoing breath.
на ваши вдохи и выдохи.
Breathe in and out through your
Вдыхайте и
nose.
выдыхайте через нос.
Breathe high into the nasal cavities.
Вдыхайте в носовые проходы высоко.
Very gentle breath,
Очень мягкое дыхание.
almost as if you would like
Как
to
будто бы
smell
вы
a
хотите
fragrance
учуять аромат
in the distance of the room.
в дальнем углу комнаты.
Breathe in and out through your nose and gentle, long breaths.
Дышите мягко и длинно.
By your very nature,
по вашей природе,
you are part of Krishna.
Вы являетесь частичками Кришны.
And through your chanting, you wish to enter
И через воспевание вы
again
хотите
into this
войти
reality.
снова в эту реальность.
We will read now
Мы сейчас прочитаем
a beautiful poem
прекрасный стих,
that talks about
который говорит о
the chanting,
воспевании,
which is done with a deep sense of longing
которое делается
for
с
that
глубоким
relationship.
чувством
Then we will chant in that mood.
жажды этих отношений. И затем мы будем повторять в этом настроении.
What is happening to me
Что происходит со мной,
as I repeatedly chant
когда я
the holy
повторяю
names?
снова и снова святые имена?
I have come to understand
Я начал понимать,
that I am Krishna's
что
eternal
я
servant.
вечный слуга Кришны.
I have realized
Я
that
вдруг
due to
понял,
my
что
separation from Govinda,
благодаря своей отделенности
I
от
have
Говинды
been entangled
я
in the
впутался
network of Maya,
в сеть
in
Майи,
this material world.
в этом материальном мире.
I've seen that because of my separation
И я понял, что
from Govinda,
благодаря своей отделенности от
I'm
Говинды
suffering material
я
miseries
страдаю от
in various
материальных
ways.
страданий.
This worldly
по-разному.
life no longer brings me any pleasure.
Эта мирская жизнь больше не приносит
The
мне
only thing I
никакого
want to know
удовольствия.
is
Все, что я хочу знать,
what I
это
must do in
что мне
order
нужно
to see
сделать,
you,
чтобы
Krishna.
увидеть тебя, Кришна.
Looking in every direction,
Ища повсюду,
I see the world as completely empty.
я вижу, что мир полностью опустел.
And this has made me indifferent to life.
И
What should I do?
это заставляет меня
What on earth should I do?
к жизни. Что мне
I
сделать
want
еще?
you so much.
Я так тебя хочу сильно. Достичь
We
Кришны.
will chant in this mood now.
Мы будем воспевать в этом настроении сейчас.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Are we doing this? Full attention and the concentrated mind. Then fix your heart or inner sight also on the Lord, no? And then chant with some longing. You are there, I am here. And there are light years in between. Please accept me. Please let us all sing now. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Everybody please, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And one last time, please. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you very much.
Спасибо вам большое.
After such an exercise, it is always good to listen a little bit inside and see what is going on for us. This session is important. When you do things in a certain way over and over again, and very difficult to break habit forms. It's almost like you create a certain internal wiring that forces you to go back again and again and again to the same way in which you do things. Now, because some of you, if not most of you on this call, are already chanting for a long time, it may require a little discipline to break the old habit, to cut the bias that are not helpful for our spiritual advancement. And here the whole idea is chant with Sambandha in a relationship of bhakti, like Prahlad Maharaj did when he fixed his mind and also his sight and his heart on the Lord. And then he could see how bhakti or love welled up in him, and he chanted not in an ordinary way, but in a way where he was choked with spiritual emotions of love and so on. How to come to this? The easiest way for a conditioned soul is to want to come to it so much. Like in the old proverb, the student asked his master, "Master, how do I become a butterfly?" And the master says, "You have to want to fly so much that you give up being a caterpillar." So it's a poetic way of saying the longing or the desire, the strong desire to connect with Krishna in this case, and to chant with bhakti. That's really the beginning. And then in this ancient school, add a little Shravana to this. Hear about Krishna, how he is, how he has so many wonderful qualities like mercy and kindness. And then you can enter a relationship. The relationship is not with the practice. The relationship in japa and chanting is with the person. Let me show you something in the end. Those who chant, chant on beats. You will give up these beats when your time comes and you leave the body. Have the question then is, have you developed taste? Because the taste and the holy name will go with you. You may have many books on bhakti, but these books you will lose also at the time of death. What you will not lose is the insights, the realizations that are with you. You may have a high position in this life. You will not be able to take the position with you. What you will take with you is the opportunity of service, of having tried to uplift others. These are all immaterial things. The taste in chanting is different from the beats. The insight of realization is different from books. Service is different from a position. But it's these fine, let us call them even invisible things that matter. So if you want your spiritual practice to be full of taste, you have to see how to develop your relationship to Krishna. And, this hearing about Krishna more and more will help you to enter with a sense of relationship. I will come to the end here. I want to now make a few announcements in parting. This program, Heart of the Holy Name, is always there at the last Saturday of the month. So whenever the last Saturday of next month is, you can join us again if you wish at 3 o'clock. And each Tuesday at 8 o'clock, we have a program called Compassion Tuesday, also with a meditation. It's a very nice meditation where people come together and send good wishes to people and try to help in their way to create a more compassionate world is a big word, but more compassion in their lives. And there are other programs, but at the moment I don't have them here. You will find the information, what else is going on the Facebook. There's a lot of going on. I wish you all the best. It was a wonderful experience to feel you at the other side of the photographic lens. All the best and see you very soon again. Hare Krishna.